find the value of x in the equation 8 raised to the power 2s plus 1. Everything is going to be equal to 1 on what? 512. Now, this is equation. So you have so many types of equation. This is one thing you must know. Now, when I give you the simple equation like this is equal to 2, you can easily solve this by adding 1 to both sides of the equation. So here we are going to have s equal to 3, right? Okay, now this is one equation. So what about this? So the name of this equation here may be called an exponential equation. So they have a strategy or a method of solving it. That is one thing you must understand. Now, looking at how it stands here, maybe this may be your headache, right? How to deal with this, or maybe this may be another person's headache, or the whole show may be difficult for you, whereby you don't know exactly where to start. Now, the key here in exponential equation like this is to make sure that whoever is here, so this guy here, so what I mean by who here, the number here and the down here, of course, the smallest number, right? So this between this one, maybe this may be somehow bigger than this. Is that okay? Now, the key here is that the whole key here is that you have to make sure that the number that you are seeing here, you are going to see the same number here. So if that happens, we can easily equate the exponent. So this is what we are calling the exponent, right? So whatever they are carrying here is what we are calling what? The exponent. Now that is why this is called an exponential equation. So this guy is carrying what? 2x plus 1. So how can we get the same number here so that we can easily equate with the number at the top here? So what I mean by the same number, this is the 8. The 8 at the down here, we call it the base. So here you can rewrite this number here to be equal to, that is 1 on what? 8 raised to the power 3. Is that okay? So maybe you may pause the video for a second and check whether if you raise 8 raised to the power 3, am I going to have a 512? So 8 raised to the power is simply means 8 multiplied by 8 and then multiply by another 8. So you may check this and check if you are going to have the same answer as this, right? So the whole idea about what exponential equation is to rewrite the number in such a way that once I have the same base here specifically to this question, I can easily equate their exponent, right? Okay, so taking this guy away here, so this is what we have. Here we still have the 8 raised to the power 2s and then plus 1. Is that okay? So what will happen now? Fine, we haven't seen the 8 here, so even though the 8 is at the denominator, is at the down here, it must be, or it must look like something that goes like this, right? So here the law says that if I'm dividing, now if you have something that goes like this, 1 on 2, I can rewrite this guy to be 2 raised to the power negative 4. Is that okay? So whatever is here is being raised to the power negative 1, right? Okay, so now using this idea here, we can rewrite this point here, only this one, to be equal to 8 raised to the power negative 3, right? So they just assume that the one at the top here tends to be what? A negative. This is just an assumption, or the fastest way you can remember this, how to write this fraction into what? A whole number, or with what? A negative exponent. All right, so perfect. Once you have this, we still have our 8 here raised to the power 2s and then plus 1. So from here we can say that this 8 raised to the power 2s plus 1 is going to be 8 raised to the power negative 8. So, by the way, this question here is a special request from someone in the comment section below, right? So if you're having any difficulties in tackling some of the questions like this, just comment in the comment section below the type of the question you want us to solve. If you're new here, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Any topic that you want us to assist you with, make sure that you just comment in the comment section below for an assist. So thumbs up for the guy who make a comment on solving this type of question. Okay, now this is where we are heading towards to. So once you are able to find this, you can see that there's 8 here, there's another 8 here. So the same person is carrying whatever. Maybe day 1 you carry 2s plus 1, on a day 2 you carry what? Negative 3. So meaning that we are the same person. If that happens, we are going to equate the exponent. So we have what? 2s plus 1, that is going to be equal to negative 3, and then we have our 2s to be equal to negative 3. We are subtracting 3 from both sides, that is going to be minus 1. So we have 2s to be negative 4, and then what are we going to do here? So here we are looking for the s, we are going to divide here by 2 and then divide here by 2. So this one cancel out, and then we have our x to be equal to negative 2. Right, so this is how simple you solve this question. If you have any issue again on exponential, make sure that you just comment, or if you have any special topics you want us to assist you with, make sure that you just come. If you are new here, once again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel for content like. Let's have another simple question. If 4 raised to the power s plus 2 equal to 2 raised to the power 3s, we should find the values of the x. Now, this is similar to the question I just solved, right? So the question we all solved together, this is similar to it. Now, the whole idea here is that you have to see the same person here and then the same person, and then you equate all the exponent, right? So that is the secret. Now, your headache should be this guy. How can you rewrite this 4 here so that you can have the 2 here? This is very simple by converting this guy to be 2 raised to the power 2, right? 2 raised to the power 2 is the same as 4. Remember, we are not doing anything today, so s plus 2 here, so you have the s plus 2, right? Only this guy tends to be 4, right? Okay, so here we have the same equal to 2 raised to the power 3x, right? So perfect, that's very how simple you can do. So what we are going to do here, you equate the exponent, that is the 2 into brackets s plus 2, then everything is going to be equal to 3s. Then you solve for, why don't you solve this thing, or maybe pause the video and give me the answer to the x in the comment section below. Moving away from the two questions that we just solved, we have what, one on 9 raised to the power y minus 1, everything is equal to 27, 4 minus 3x. Now we want to express, this is what the question is asking us to do, express y in terms of what, x. What it means here is that you should have the answer in such a way that y is going to be equal to something that involve x. So that can be 2s, or that can be s squared, that can be 3x minus 1. So the answer should look like something that goes like that, involves your x. Now, where is the starting point going to be? So the questions like this, once again, before we can easily proceed, make sure that you have the numbers that looks similar, because it has an equation sign, right? So with this equation, you have to have the same number here, the same number here, then you can go equate with the exponent. Now here is the fastest way you can think about. So this 27 here, you cannot have any 9 raised to any power, that will give you more 27. So let's say 9 raised to the power 2, that can never be 27. 9 raised to the power 1 is not 27. 9 raised to the power 3 is not 27. So what are you going to do here? Why don't you break this 9 down? So you have 1 on what, 3 squared, that is going to be a y minus what, 1, right? So this 3 squared is just the 9, then everything is going to be, what about the 27? 27 can be written as what, 3 raised to the power 3. So everything multiplied by 4 minus what, 3x, right? Is that okay? So you may just pause for a second, and if you have any question, just comment along. Now remember what I said earlier on, when I have what, 1 on 2, this thing can be written as what, 2 raised to the power what, negative 1. So using that idea here, this guy can be written as what, 3 raised to the power negative of everything here, right? So negative of everything. Is that okay? So there tends to be what, 3 raised to the power 3s, and then we have what, 4 minus what, minus 3s. Is that okay? So this is how simple and quick way you can deal with some of the exponential questions, so like this. Now, so from here we can now equate the exponent and then solve for the values of y, right? Okay, if you want us to solve more questions like if you are new here, why don't you subscribe to the channel and then tell us the topic or the question you want us to solve in this video so that we can serve you better.